marcando, pisa la pelota Maradona, arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial, y es el tercero a tocar para Borruchaga, siempre Maradona, genio,
Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat World Cup Recap, Week 1 Recap. My name is Benton, along with the family. Junior wk1. Family, maybe I should slow down. I'm so excited. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat World Cup Recap. My name is Benton. Junior wk1 family. How you stay?
But they but them can't have a background picture good. One of the people don't say Neymar in the background, man.
Junior, I don't think the people them care in one way or the other. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters, my family. All right, let me see if we can move Neymar over. Is that? Are you happier now?
But this strat, man.
Yeah. The most watched ankle there is in the world of World Cup football. That's what I said, but we'll discuss Neymar in a bit. At the end of the day, we're just going to recap the first week in the World Cup. The thing kicked off last Sunday. And how are you feeling? I mean, we just watched Spain versus Germany. How are you feeling about the World Cup so far? Highs and lows for you so far?
You remember last week I said that I was concerned about the politics and we never liked the politics and blah, blah, blah. But once the game started, once the ball game started, we kind of put the politics to the side, and I am enjoying the World Cup. I'm not gonna lie to you. And the parity in the World Cup is great. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I guess we'll wait on the final outcome. But for me, for now, I love the way how the parity in football is. It's very. You can't guess who is going to win apart from Brazil.
Apart from Brazil?
Yeah.
No matter. Yeah, and I found that image. We'll discuss Neymar's ankle. We have it up here. Neymar posted an image of his ankle. Posted it on Instagram after the game against Serbia. The Hollywood baller's ankle seems to have improved, family. I mean, word is that he's going to be out for the rest of the group stage games. But overall, he should be back for the knockout phase. I mean, is it a big deal for you? Because, some corners said Neymar, Brazil does look fine without the big baller, the fancy baller.
I think Brazil is going to play a better brand of football without Neymar. I think the ball is going to. I think they're going to be more balanced. I think I try not to be blasphemous, but I think that they had to force a way to find Neymar and Vinicius Jr. on the field together, which is why you saw Neymar playing in the 10th position, which we've never seen Neymar play before, right? Neymar always play on the left wing for Brazil, but somehow them find a way to put him in the 10th position. And when you put him in the 10th position, you put him in more in harm's way because you're just going to have a bag of defenders around you. Normally, him know that the left side is always kind of free, so him can play along that side. So I think Brazil play a better brand of football. I'm hoping they go to a 4-4-2. I'm hoping because Richarlison have a play. The obvious switch is going to be Martinelli. But I am hoping that they play Gabriel Jesus up front with Richarlison and play a 4-4-2 formation.
Okay. I mean, I love Neymar in the 10 or wherever on the field. I mean, at the end of the day, he's entertaining. And I wish I could find the video of the salad that he dropped on the Serbian player. It's like, take salad on there. At the end of the day, we don't want disrespect or embarrass no one but his ball game. And
a joke, Quebec. May I embarrass them?
Ultimately, I mean, Neymar does bring a level of entertainment to the ball game that very few provides at this stage, and so forth, Let's take a look at the game that just concluded before we even talk more in depth about Brazil. Spain versus Germany, a very good ball game, Junior. A very, very good ball game, proper ball game. Germany is still alive, family. They are still alive. I mean, 1-1 the game ended.
They shouldn't have been alive. I mean, the reality is if Japan had taken care of business, we would have been talking now about Germany being out of the World Cup, right? Because we were going to say Spain and Japan just have to play to a draw and both teams will make it out the group. Now them giving Germany life. Germany must beat Costa Rica, right? There's no way Costa Rica going to get any form of result against Germany. So I think Germany is very lucky. Spain had a chance to put a stake in them heart and never do it. And Spain might rule this the way they play today. Might, I don't know.
Big up to Dwayne, Yuda Wayne says stop, drop, and roll regarding the Neymar, the fancy baller. But Neymar now stop, drop, and roll as much as he used to back in the day. But regarding Spain and Germany, Junior, this guy, the goal scorers for Spain and Germany, you have Morata, born in an offside, brother, scored. And you have Fulkrug. Now, the question I have regarding Germany, you have Thomas Muller, Kai Havertz, who have gotten most of the minutes in this World Cup. They lost against Germany, lost against Japan. So why players like Fulkrug, who's the leading scorer in the league, can't get more minutes, are one of the top goal scorers in German football? Is it time for Hansi Flick to pull the switch and say, yo, phase out these ballers and move on to the next generation of ballers?
It's obvious. I don't know. They say no. We're going into conspiracy theories, right? Because we heard about the Muller versus why am I draw a blank from the brother with Sané, right?
Yeah.
We heard about Muller versus Sané and how Sané never fit the traditional German footballer in Muller eyes, and them kind of freeze out the youth, right? So now we can put that into today's Germany team. And when you ask questions about why certain player played and why certain player not played, whether fair or unfair, I am going to point to Muller and him friend them and make the decision, right? Now, Hansi Flick was supposed to be a no-nonsense brother will come in and change the voice and blah, blah, blah. But he brought Muller to the World Cup. So it looked like it's the same old for Germany. If Hansi Flick really wanted to bring Germany into a new light or to a new direction, I'm sure you could have found better ballers out there than Muller and company. Muller, we shouldn't be playing, man.
And maybe it's a carryover because Hansi Flick was a part of Yogi Low's coaching staff that won, the World Cup and of course other things. So maybe it's a carryover. There's a relationship there, but at some point, the Thomas Muller of the world have to be phased out.
Right.
But looking at Germany, big up El Pistolier. El Pistolier said Germany got lucky.
Yeah.
But they have wingers. Leroy Sané, we know his talent. And of course, Musiala, who's been outstanding so far, probably their player of the tournament on the left side. Your thoughts on this kid, Musiala, and does Costa Rica have a chance against Germany in that last game?
Before the Japan game, will I say Costa Rica have no chance against Germany, right?
Yeah.
After the Japan game, Germany, all right. El Pistolero said Germany is lucky. I think Germany is lucky from before the game started, when Japan somehow lost to Costa Rica. That's where German luck started. And them lucky to draw with Spain. And they are even lucky going into the game against Costa Rica because they will not take Costa Rica lightly. If Japan had taken care of business today, right, and beaten Costa Rica, then there will be a chance that Germany might sleepwalk against Costa Rica and thinks it's an easy 3 points. And we're going to scoreboard watch. I hope that Japan take care of business against Spain, right? And for Germany, it'll be how much points can we score? How much goals can we score? No, I think they are more prepared to play against Costa Rica mentally, knowing that all them have to do is go out there and win convincingly, and then worry about the scoreboard afterwards. Japan just wet the bed, man. That's where the luck start. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, Japan just went to bed. I mean, of course, in the early morning encounter, Costa Rica defeated Japan 1-0. The standing in Group E, Spain on 4 points, Japan and Costa Rica tied on 3 points, and Germany sitting on a single point. Now, I mean, Japan and Spain will play in the last encounter. Japan cannot play for a draw against Spain. They have to go for a win, right? And I mean,
They have to.
ultimately Spain needs a draw. That's all Spain need. But they themselves cannot just go and just hoping for a draw.
Have to. They have it makes no for intriguing football. Because if Spain did just take care of business, right? And if Japan did just take care of business, Japan already qualified for the next round. Then it will have become them and Spain can literally play pass round donkey with the football for 90 minutes until Germany go home. No, you can't really trust who is what. And plus, Costa Rica is also coming into the game right now, knowing that if they can slip, trip, fall, and beat Germany, they too can make it to the second round. If Japan or Spain have a clear, regardless, they're going to make it to the second round, right? It get crazy when you look at it this way. And I know you're thinking to yourself, which group was a group of death? Is this the group of death? Because right now the 7 love with Spain, Japan, Costa Rica looking more and more like a fluke than anything.
Yeah, I think big up to the family, send on your comments and your thoughts on this group. But this makes for a very good football match day, final match day, right? From the sponsors and the operators of the tournament standpoint, because groups are undecided going into the final match day. You know, this group and quite a few other groups are still undecided. And on December 1st, Spain, I mean, these games, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're kicking off simultaneously. So Spain and Japan, Costa Rica and Germany just have to play ball to win. I mean, and I worry for Costa Rica because they can easily pick up a 8 love. I worry for Costa Rica. They got 7 from Spain. I can see Germany butter bruising them. Just to make
Germany
sure
have the side for butter bruise Costa Rica.
No, just because all right, from the simple point that, you know, we saw Musiala playing well. You know, full Krug is going to get the start. I envision that. Sane is going to get the start. And Germany is a team, if they get scoring, they will score a lot of goals on you. You know, Costa Rica, we know Costa Rica is going to park and try counter with Joel Campbell, right? We know that's their MO. But at the same time, Germany knows that they cannot only just win, they need to win convincingly. Right?
Yeah, all teams have to win convincingly.
No, everybody not have to win. Yeah, Spain squeak out a one love and them good.
Spain, if Spain is the only one. If Spain win, them are the only team when have to win convincingly, right? Japan win.
And Japan win them good. One love them win. Them good. 6 points them good.
That's true. To weird to ask, if Japan draw with Spain and Germany beat Costa Rica, don't Japan go through? No. If Japan draw with Spain, Japan have 4 points. If Germany beat Costa Rica, Germany have 4 points. But what a goal difference? Because that's where goal difference kick in.
Yeah, because that would be the goal difference. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Japan can't come out there and say, we're going to lay down and play dead. So it is somewhat we can. So Germany is a Saturday sell out the man them side, but they use a mental Saturday have to start because Saturday give Germany the best chance to win.
Yeah, so he should have scored at the death there. He could have scored another one at the death. But I mean, and you mentioned this earlier. Japan. I mean, just Japan deserve to go through after they wasted a golden opportunity this morning against Costa Rica. The sacrificial lamb in this group. Big up to all the Los Ticos fans who listening to us. Big up yourself. Brother, all you had to do this morning was not lose this game. Anything you do does not lose the game, but you end up under the worst thing possible. You lost the game.
But you know
Japan, that is.
You know what is funny about this Japan game? And yeah, I'm a Jamaican. I'm not trying to bring Jamaica in it.
Yeah, we are talking about World Cup side now.
But do you remember the Gold Cup game when Costa Rica used the whole boy and beat Jamaica 1-0?
Yes.
This game was a mirror image of that game where Jamaica had bulk of the possession, but nothing in the final third, and Costa Rica just picked them chance, right?
Yes.
I can't see them coming against Germany with that same strategy. No, for Japan and Spain, if Japan approach Spain the way they approach Costa Rica, I think Japan will score a bigger goal against Spain because Spain, for one, want to keep possession of the ball 90% of the time. And Japan is good at hunting the ball. They just play against a team that never won the ball. Costa Rica never won. Costa Rica just want a chance. They don't want the ball. They say, we're going to play defense and give me a chance. It's a weird football game. It's something where you can't. The Japan-Costa Rica game is why football nice. Why football is a nice sport. Because it's all about X's and O's. It's all about how you approach a game, right? And me, can remember, me telling you in the chat, say, me know Japan was going to beat Germany. I knew that. Me telling them, I said, Germany is too old and slow and clunky. But for Costa Rica, I never see this coming at backside.
Yeah, and we just want to remind the listeners regarding the breakdown if teams are tied on points. The group stage, is in full swing, of course. The first scenario, of course, is points. That's how you make it through. The next scenario is goal difference. Unlike in the UEFA competitions where head-to-head is the thing that decides the fate if they're tied on points. In the World Cup, it's goal difference is the first tiebreaker. Then the second tiebreaker is goals scored. Fourth is head-to-head record. So, Spain is in a good position. Them score a gang of goals. And they should have a very good goal difference. So, I don't feel sorry for Japan. I love Japan's football and what they have become as a country and as a playing country. But at the end of the day, I do not feel sorry for them. You have to take care of business, brother. Have to take care of business.
But all it is Japan is built to play against big sides. They are not built to win games and them should win.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, just a remind listeners, Spain, Germany drew 1-1. Of course, we've been watching the games left, right, and center. Spain on 4 points, Japan and Costa Rica on 3 points, and Germany down at bottom, Group E, on 1 point. Now, Group E will conclude on December 1st. I think that's Friday or Thursday, somewhere around here. You were saying something, Junior.
Look how them had a chance to sink Germany, man.
Had a chance to sink Germany. All right. Continuing our roundup. Pivoting to another group, which is this is another puzzling group. Group F. Group F football actually played today, and Canada, boy, we love you. Big up in yourself. You tried, Canada. You represented CONCACAF well. Canada joined Qatar as the 2 eliminated teams. 32 teams forward. Those 2 teams are already eliminated, Qatar and Canada. Junior, Group F, Croatia and Morocco 4 points. Belgium on 3 points. First of all, your thoughts on Canada and, big up Alphonso Davies, first male Canadian to score at the World Cup. Christine Sinclair and others have done it for the Canadian women, but big up Alphonso Davies. Your thoughts on Canada as them get ready to pack the bus, brother, pack the plane and come home at them yard.
Remember I said, if it's one team that wanted the World Cup to start right after qualifiers, it's Canada.
Yes.
Because the Canada that is playing now is not the Canada that we saw in the qualifiers. It's just not. They've shown semblance of it. They've shown spurts of it, but they can't play 90 minutes of Canadian football, right? And what a Canada's biggest problem is, them approach a game, them like say them on the bigger side. Canada and Mexico have the same problem to me. Them approach the game. Them play Belgium like they were the bigger team. Them play Croatia today. Them approach Croatia today like we are the bigger side. Go out there and score early and Alfonso Davies busting that early. I said, I watch the game. I said, watch your mad money. I mean, no is Croatia better than no stretch yet. And when they start stretch and Madrid start roll ball them dead. Because Canada and Mexico to me are mirror images of each other. When you watch them and who don't believe me, watch the games again. You can drive a Toyota Tundra through the midfield of Canada and Mexico. You're not doing anything in World Cup if you're not solid in the midfield. And to me, that is Canada problem. Them look good going forward, just like Belgium look good going forward. But you're not a steal, man. Soft.
So, I mean, do you think Coach Herdman made some errors? Of course, coming into the Croatia game, he said we're going to F up, to paraphrase, or F Croatia, whatever we can figure out what he said by that. Was that too much lip service for the manager rather than focusing on the defensive side? I mean, you said in the middle they were soft. I mean, your thoughts? Do you think that comment, really give Croatia any extra?
No, because Croatia look for you and say, all right, this is Canada. Canada forward to a game and say, we have Alfonso Davies, one of the best left back in the world, and they might play left midfield. And Croatia say, okay, well, I have Luka Modric. Who do you have to stop Luka Modric? Nobody can answer, right? So Canada, look, if I am a Canadian fan, I am happy with the way we play football because the reality is Canada not winning World Cup, right? So the man them go there. No, that's the reality. Canada cannot win the World Cup. But the man them go there and say, yeah, hear me? We going to play the brand of football we carry we to the World Cup. We're not going to change our identity. We're not going to do anything like we'll go there and play how we play ball. Right? So there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Some side just come World Cup go on a field trip, You go to Qatar, you eat some, whatever Qatar, lamb, you eat some lamb or some goat, I feel good night day. You go run a back road, run a Qatar back road. I mean, I want the Qatar people to come calm me down. But to the north, of them things they go on a Qatar. You go to the little village and you deal with the thing, and you come back and oversee the woman the breed, and you come back and have fun. That is what Canada is here for. They're not there for win World Cup.
Yeah, big up Omar Bailey said, looking ahead to these thrilling third games, is it head-to-head or goal difference the first tiebreaker? First tiebreaker is goal difference, family.
Goal difference.
Goal difference. First tiebreaker is goal difference. Not head-to-head like in the Champions League. Junior, now let's look at the group, the rest of the group that's still in contention to progress. Croatia, Morocco sitting on 4 points. Belgium sitting on 3 points. I'll be happy when Belgium gone at them yard. Let's just put this abundantly clear. I'll be happy when Belgium gets eliminated. I am tired of them. I am tired of this hype and this insistence on playing players who are not supposed to be on the field. Eden Hazard should not be guaranteed a starting position in this team at the expense of Leandro Trossard. But for some reason, Coach Roberto Martinez believed that Trossard should not start. Torgan Hazard should not be guaranteed a starting position in this team over Trossard. So I'll be happy when Belgium go on them yard. Belgium.
What?
Go ahead, Junior.
Morocco drop out them belly next game. Can't tell you that right now. Cause you see, it look like Chelsea Courtois.
The schedule is Croatia against Belgium, family. And Morocco and Canada.
Sorry. That even make it worse. Croatia gonna drop out them belly next game. I apologize. Croatia drop out them belly. It done. It done. Benton, come on.
Yeah.
Luka.
So you have. So who win this group? Because of course,
I think it come down to goal difference.
The winner of the group does matter.
I think it will come down to goal difference.
Reggie, big up Reggie. Reggie says the golden generation playing like golden girls. Eden Hazard is a bug.
Yo, you know what I'm telling you what funny? Eden Hazard is probably the most fouled player in the World Cup this year. Probably, right?
Yeah, probably. Maybe along with Jack Grealish.
No, probably Neymar so far.
Yeah,
but
Neymar, yeah.
But Eden Hazard is not fouled because he's dangerous. Eden Hazard is being fouled because he's slow.
Yeah, his speed is
slow. It's more than speed. I think it's just not game fit.
Yeah,
it's not match fit.
Yeah.
So you see where all right, it's like Jermaine is a baller. Wade is a baller, what we know, right? You put them on the round some little money cup baller right now. Y'all look at them and say, yo, we can't see Jermaine and Wade used to play a ball in the butt. For the ball touch your foot and 2 seconds later, it done. Because they don't fit. They no matter all of them belly big and rare. As some say Hazard. Hazard is one of them field trip footballer. And I feel sorry for Kevin De Bruyne, man.
Why?
Right now we do Pepper call Kevin and say, listen to me, Kevin. A Madrid you're gonna play against, you know. We can't give Real Madrid the upper hand in the Champions League. So here what? Take a hamstring injury.
No, man. I mean, all right, big up Kofi Paul. Kofi Paul said 2 Hazard spelled danger.
For who? Danger for who? For Belgium.
No, but all right. And a lot has been said about the air quotes golden generation after Steve. I mean, no one is entitled to win. You know, you can have big side people. Other teams have big side too. Other teams have talented players. But, you know, coaches, Roberto Martinez, I just don't think is the right man for this job. And you need somebody who have sense, who's willing to go ahead and say, yo, your time has passed, let's move past you and bring in because they have players. They have like this youth Onana, who actually played some more minutes today in the midfield that plays for Everton. But he wasn't started in the first game. And you're sitting there saying, well, how is Onana not starting? So
Yo, Benton, let me tell you something about this golden generation thing. You see the term golden generation. Belgium, you know what Belgium coming like? Belgium coming like the Casio watch them at half a tree where you can spend $300 fee. Yo, you can't look at the Casio watch and say, yo, this is a gold plated, you know. Because that's Roberto Martinez. Roberto Martinez is a gold plated coach. He failed at Wigan. Who the hell in them right mind thinks that Roberto Martinez going to come bring Belgium to World Cup glory? Think about it. You fail at Wigan. What the hell make you think that you come win World Cup? Oh, we're bringing Thierry Henry. All right, forward Thierry Henry. What the first thing that we influence is what? Eden Hazard for come a World Cup? Yeah, but I feel trip side that, man. But I'll cut grass.
Yeah, all right. So who we have winning this group? I mean, final match day games on December 1st, Thursday, December 1st. Canada versus Morocco, 10 a.m. Croatia versus Belgium at 10 a.m. This is Thursday, December 1st. Who do you have winning it? Croatia. Luka Modric in the captain's documentary. Big up to captains, hey, and shameless plug. Big up to the captain's crew. On Netflix, Luka Modric did said they have unfinished business. Of course, they were runners-up in the 2018 version. How far this Croatian team can go, family?
I think Croatia is one of those teams that can win the World Cup, and I think because you see that statement what Modric make was we have unfinished business. I think Croatia is playing like a team that know that them going to make it to the second round and we have our better games ahead, right?
Yeah.
When you look at Spain and what Spain did to Costa Rica, I look at Spain and think to myself, this is an inexperienced Spain team. I know them all, and you also old man on the side. But it's like the man them fire out all them venom in the first game. Croatia just seemed like a team that is just taking care of business as them go along. And I expect Croatia to get better and better and better. This is the biggest game of the group for Croatia. Before the World Cup, once the World Cup draws happen and the schedule came out, I'm pretty sure Croatia had circled this game against Belgium and said, this is where we have to play our best in the group. And they seem to play like that because Canada, apart from the first minute of the game, Croatia does look like a team that is a runner-up from the last World Cup, and they made Canada look like a CONCACAF team.
Yeah, I think Wayne said it best. I mean, you go around the corner and talk, but I think Wayne precisely said it. They are an efficient team. Croatia
They're more
is
than efficient. Good word, efficient.
Beckham Street Music, big up Beckham Street Music. Beckham Street Music said, greetings, Morocco will secure 3 points. Morocco family, have they surprised you? I mean, when you look at their roster and their squad list, I mean, they have some ballers on the team. En-Nesyr, Hakim Ziyech, Ashraf Hakimi, Saiz, have they surprised you in this group?
I think they took advantage of an opportunity.
Okay.
Because this was supposed to be Belgium and Croatia going away, and they got an opening. So they took advantage of the opportunity. I'm not going to say them surprised because them are professional footballers. It's just that Belgium went to bed.
Yeah. And Belgium big goalkeeper was not good, was not very efficient in the goal today.
A Chelsea Courtois, the one them carry.
That is not the Real Madrid Courtois.
I know Real Madrid Courtois.
Big up Prime Minister. Prime Minister says Germany do really well to come back in the match to get a point. Yeah, man, they're still in it. Beckham Street Music said Canada just don't have what it takes to move on to the next round. Yeah, man. I think Countryman, big up Countryman, said this best. Countryman said it's next level baller. I mean, they are not on the level of these teams currently. Canada, a talented team, emotional, very, very energized. But at the end of the day, you're running some different animals when you play against Croatia and them teams. Big up Prime Minister, big up BM said Canada without the defensive errors would have won the game. They were very poor defensively. Yeah, man. Need to fix up now defense.
Hold on. But then that's like me saying Costa Rica without the defensive errors on that draw with Spain.
Yeah. Yo, let's take a look at the standing in some other groups and get your thoughts on some other games. So we just knock out Group E and we took a look at Group F. Let's take a look at Group D. Let me just run through it. One of the big teams, there are probably 2 teams in this World Cup that is probably a head and shoulders above the others. And it's Brazil and France, in my opinion. Junior, your thoughts on Group F? And does France look like that, they're bubbling, ready to repeat and win this thing again?
I'm going to make a scary statement. You see, Killer, big up Uncle DJ said yesterday. The man said, which we all know, we have not seen the best of Kylian Mbappe yet, right? And Kylian Mbappe looks almost bored. And that's a scary statement for me because the man look like him playing at a different level, right? Rabiot looked like he's playing at a different level. We have to take the competition into consideration. But Rabiot is playing at a different level. Tushamini, however I want him playing at a different level. We said France was going to miss Kante. Again, we have to take the competition into consideration. But Tushamini kind of looked like a better version of Kante to me, and that's a scary statement. And Giroud looked like him just wanted to score. That's a very scary statement. Dembele, it looked like the man them take with Dembele PS5. I said, my youth, you now get back a PlayStation till World Cup. Done. And this is not video game Dembele. France, and look at the goal. Look at the goal that Mbappe scored when he go play hula hoop and licking the ball with him side.
Man, I score with him junk, me hear them say.
That goal is something that could have been scored easier. And I'm telling you right now, Mbappe is bored playing football. And that is a scary statement because they are going to switch on. And we don't see the best of France yet. That's scary. Because France can literally run through the second round with what I have seen.
Musiala, the Prime Minister said Musiala is a baller. Yeah, different level. I mean, the kid has been absolutely fantastic in the 2 games I've seen during this tournament. El Pistolero, big up, says Rabiot brought the form he had from Juventus. He has been scoring for Juve of late. You know, I didn't pick France to win the World Cup. I picked Brazil, full disclosure. And my simple reason for picking Brazil is simple down to the fact that these 2 teams have the deepest squads. But at the end of the day, I am not convinced that the Tchouaméni, the Rabiot, and the Camavingas of the world can replace an N'Golo Kante and a Paul Pogba. But I mean, I might be wrong. They look good against Denmark and Australia, but when the real Gideon start, when they play the big dogs in the next round, and ultimately the biggest dog is probably Brazil, right? Of course, on that level. Can those players rise to the level when they play in say, a Brazil in the final, perhaps? You know, that's my thing. So I pick them to go far. I don't pick them to win. They're going to walk through this tournament up until the final round. But I don't see this team. I'm not convinced that these boys, when they play against the Brazil of the world, are going to really be able to step it up. And I could be wrong. I could be very much wrong. Wayne said, Beckham Street Pier, you did choose Brazil. Yes, I definitely picked Brazil. To win this tournament. I was hoping to salt them up so that Messi could win still. But that now got out of Group D, family. Who else coming out of this? I mean, Australia surprised everyone. The cricketers. So, I mean, Tunisia, brother, what go on?
Maybe what to Tunisia side.
Final match day for Group D. Tunisia will play France and Australia will take on Denmark. Junior, I mean, I don't know. I would expect on a normal day Denmark's supposed to beat Australia.
From a Man U perspective, more Denmark lose, so Christian Eriksen can come home. But I think Australia going with the bed.
You think Australia going with the bed?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Australia going with the bed.
So Denmark's supposed to be more football pedigree, all right, than Australia. So you know, they were stout against France, and then I mean they, you know, ultimately they couldn't find a way, you know. But let's see. All right, continuing our look at the groups. Boy, another group that just causing a bag of foolishness around here. Bag of foolishness. And big up BM. BM says some breaking news. Argentina, Messi may be heading to MLS soon. Yo, him can go on.
Hey, I'm body laundry. Hey, Beckham turn body laundry.
Yeah, there are reports that Messi might be heading to Inter Miami.
With Busquets. How Busquets going there Inter Miami and Messi are Inter Miami too?
With Sergio Busquets. But Messi's camp refuted those reports. Said they have not made a decision yet. Group C family, Poland on 4 points, Argentina, Saudi Arabia on 3 points, and Mexico on a single point. I mean, I can't make heads or tail of this group. Of course, the big upset was Saudi Arabia defeating Argentina. Junior, your thoughts, brother?
No, all right. I am a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, so every time I can joke against Messi, I joke against Messi. But the reality is, Saudi Arabia was lucky to beat Argentina. And it's better to be lucky than good, right? It's two beautiful goals the man them score, and VAR had to save them from what, 3 offside goals?
Yeah, 3 offside goals.
Argentina could have been up 4-1, 4-0 before Saudi Arabia score a goal. So the first game, cool. Saudi Arabia, the man them score and get their Rolls Royce and feel good, and they go wet the bed in a game 2, which will make no sense, right? Yeah. So that shows it's another field trip side.
It's another field trip, and then now Argentina rebounded and defeated Mexico 2-0. Junior, Mexico will play Saudi Arabia the final match there. Can Mexico find a way to come out of this group, brother?
Come out of the group?
Yeah, it's a CONCACAF team. I mean, why would we want our CONCACAF team? If they beat Saudi Arabia,
right? They have 4 points.
They have 4 points. Argentina versus Poland, I don't know. I mean,
Argentina should beat Poland.
Yeah, we thought Argentina should beat Saudi Arabia too.
No, but we don't establish that was a fluke. So they should beat Poland.
No,
right?
But maybe Argentina and Poland can just exchange brown envelope and say we could just play for a draw.
And risk Mexico blowing the doors off of Saudi Arabia and overtaking Argentina on goal difference, or risk Saudi Arabia beating Mexico and overtaking Argentina. Argentina can't take that risk. So Argentina have to play the game to win. This is a must-win game for Argentina.
Is there any scenario? Is there any scenario here that you say Argentina don't make it out of this group?
Of course, because Poland, if it's one thing about Lewandowski, you know, him not gonna miss a chance, you know, right?
Well, he did miss one the other day.
Yes, he missing penalty, but again, the first games look like flukes. But in that way, if the game is, let's say Argentina, because really and truly, and I'm not disrespecting Messi. Messi overall is 1A of his generation, right? But currently, Messi is not the top footballer in the world, nowhere near the top footballer in the world. And he's not playing like a top footballer in the world. He's playing like a brother that if you give him a one chance, he's going to bust your net. But over 90 minutes, Messi is not constantly threatening. For most of the game, if you really watch Argentina, you see number 10 just stand up in a middle field and look around, and not do nothing till the ball reach him and then make a wicked pass or whatever, right? If Poland lock up the midfield, because all them have to do is draw the game, and them know so them gone through, right? If Poland stifle the midfield, them can even play a 3-6-1. Because Martinez is not threatening you by himself. So if you put 6 midfielders around Messi, and you put Lewandowski up top and say, yeah, what? Robert, yeah, Terminator, let's not keep the ball long. Do your thing. Right? You're going to get a one chance against the Butcher or Otamendi or whoever. You're going to get a chance. Anything can happen in this game. Argentina is going to have to play their best game to beat Poland, in my opinion. Because I don't think Poland is going to come there and dash for the game. That is for sure. They're not going to go there and dash for the game. So I can see a scenario where Argentina don't go through. Because I can see Saudi Arabia beat the brakes off of Mexico. Possibly. I can also see Mexico beat the brakes off of Saudi Arabia. And then Poland get a one lucky goal and beat Argentina. So Argentina, them cannot go through. They should go through. Argentina should beat Poland. They have the better talent. But they are underachievers, man. Apart from Messi, it's an underachieving bunch.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately they have to show up and win the game to secure passage. I mean, and again, you don't just want to go through because then you force yourself. If you finish runners up, you force yourself against Group D winners, and you don't want to play France, right? You don't want to play. You want to try to avoid France as much as you can. So you don't want to finish number 2 in your group. So,
Right.
I mean, Argentina just have one simple job. Win the game against Poland, you win the group, and you move on about your business. Right? That's a simple.
No, because suppose Saudi Arabia win.
Yeah, this is true, providing that Saudi Arabia don't. Well,
Yeah.
and then that would be down to goal difference, right? Because both of them
Right.
would be tied on points, right?
Right.
You know. And Group C games will take place on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Poland versus Argentina is at 2 p.m. and Saudi Arabia versus Mexico at 2 p.m. Regarding Mexico, family, I mean, Tata Martino's outfit, are you okay with his decision making in the game yesterday against Mexico? Did you think he went a bit too passive against Argentina?
Passive, no. No. I don't. If that is passive, I wouldn't want to see Mexico play attacking football because all Mexico did was they play man to man straight across the board. So there was no there was no seeming organization, zonal organization. Put it that way. They never said we're going to play 4 midfielders. It's just you run with that man, you run with that man, you run with that man, and then we're going to try and beat them with youth. That's what Mexico tried to do. We're going to try and run them off of the field, and it never worked.
Yeah. Wayne says Messi's not the problem on Argentina. They don't have anyone in the middle. They need to move Messi to Cam, center attacking midfield. He has to play a sort of an attacker distributor role. I mean, and Rodrigo.
Is that what he's doing?
You were saying?
Isn't that what he's doing?
Yeah.
That's where Messi's playing right now.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodrigo de Paul has been a shadow of himself. The man just looked like a deer in a headlights. You know, we saw him in the Copa America how he, bossed the middle and was very physical. But at the World Cup, he looks like a deer in the headlights. And I think when we were doing our preview shows, big up to the family at Two Rash Challenges podcast, we all said that. I mean, for them to do well, Rodrigo de Paul or somebody else is going to have to carry that heavy weight in that midfield. So God go with them. I don't feel sorry for them. Let's take a look at Group B, family, before we wrap up and look at the other groups. England, Iran, USA. Boy, this group is the most talked about group on the American media circuit. England's coach, Gareth Southgate, said, quote, there's a bag of noise at the World Cup, meaning that people are talking, running off their mouth, and they don't know what they're talking about. Junior, are you okay with the decision making that Mr. Gareth Southgate has made? Of course, they beat the brakes off Iran and they drew with the United States. And probably could have lost the game against US.
That sounds weird. I think Southgate started the right side against America. I think Southgate panicked towards the end of the game and decided that we're just going to secure the lead in the group, and winning the group is more important than shutting up those bloody Yankees, right?
Yeah.
I think that was his reaction to the game when he put on Henderson for Bellingham. That substitution right there was a signal to me that we are fine with 1 point. We're playing the long game. We have bigger fish to fry. Now, me as a Team USA men's soccer team hater was hoping that he would want to bury them, but that's not in Southgate's personality or persona. So it goes against what I wanted, right? But I think what is going to end up happening is you're letting an animal in the second group, in the second round in America that if they find a way to beat Iran, they're not going to be that easy to kick out of the World Cup. That's not a team anybody should want to play anywhere. So England took care of England business. But I think England has made it harder for other teams in the World Cup by possibly letting in America.
There's been a lot of talk about Phil Foden absence or not enough minutes. Do you think is warranted? You agree with the clamor for Phil Foden?
No.
No. Okay.
For that bug, man.
Yeah, all right. It's England on 4 points, Iran 3 points, United States 2 points, Wales on a single point. Iran will play the US on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Wales versus England Tuesday at 2 p.m. Junior, I mean, how you see this Iran-US game going? Because it's always a bag of politics surrounding these two teams.
And the politics start because America apparently, what them do, them
yeah, they left out the symbol. I mean, well, the
Iran flag.
U.S. men's national team social media handle. I guess we're going to chalk it up to an error. They put the Iranian flag up without the symbol, the Islamic Republic symbol in the middle.
Right.
So I don't know if they want a different flag to represent Iran. So, but they quickly took it down. Apparently, Iran has filed some sort of something around a corner. I don't know.
Well, who cares, right? Like if I was Iran, why you care about that? But to the game on the field, I see America beating Iran. I see them backing up all of this talk. I see them backing up all of this we're young and blah blah blah. I see them backing it up. The only thing that I think can blemish this American spirit is the issue between Gio Reyna and the coach. Because something is there. Your best player has not played a minute, something wrong.
Yeah, Eric Ronaldo, former U.S. men's national coach. Big up Eric, was on a podcast recently and he spoke at length about this. He went into detail, said he's been consoling Claudio Reyna, the dad of Gio Reyna, and he said that Greg Berhalter lied that Gio Reyna had muscle tightness or injuries. He said that Gio Reyna is fine. So I don't know. I mean, it's again with coaches, right? And big up El Pistolero. El Pistolero says Southgate is all about getting into second round by whatever means, even if it means to draw all games. And Harry Maguire said this earlier, a couple of days ago. He said, Harry Maguire said, if you don't win, don't lose. And that's the mindset of the English team. But at least that's what Southgate is promoting. Regarding this US team and this thing with Gio Reyna and coach Greg Berhalter, I don't understand it. I don't get it. You didn't play him in the game against Wales. You were asked at the press conference why you didn't play him. You put on 90-year-old Jordan Morris. And you said that you felt like the pace of the game warranted Morris and Gio Reyna had a muscle tightness. But then it's a lie. Gio Reyna came out and said, I am fine. I don't have anything. So why is that even necessary? Why even to say anything about muscle tightness or tightness? Just say you make a decision to go with a different brother. And it's just coaches, man. Some of these coaches want to have beaten.
Chat too much.
Chat too much, man.
What? Coach, why did Gio Reyna didn't play? I decided not to put him in. Next question.
Yeah, just keep it moving. But then you start, and then no. You have Eric Ronaldo who have, and of course, you have other players probably in the camp like, yo, bro, why Gio Reyna not play, bro? Why we not play? This man say.
But who you take off for Reyna?
Hey, yo, Pulisic can rub bench too,
Oh, so them what about Pulisic friend them?
Yeah, I mean, so weird. Pulisic friend them need to realize that Pulisic now score no goals. He's just a hype machine. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's goals win matches, And at the end of the day, I understand that we want Christian Pulisic to do well. I wish him well. But let the record be shown that, when the nitty-gritty start, I saw Christian Pulisic got a man of the match award against England, and he did not deserve it. It was Tyler Adams who was outstanding in that midfield. Yunus Musa, who was outstanding in that midfield. So there is this push Christian Pulisic by any means necessary, and him a cutting a man food, aka other players' sponsorship. And he's not that good at this level yet. Maybe he will, but he's not that good at this level. All right, El Pistolier said, but I am the player. I would say I'm fit. Just the pressure on the coach. Yeah. Let's see. Just a reminder, Iran versus US on Tuesday. Wales versus England on Tuesday. Good luck to those teams. Another group that coming out. Group A, family. But we'll just run through it because we're planning to do a quick show. We've been up since 5 a.m. watching World Cup football. Netherlands and Ecuador tied on 4 points. Qatar gone home. They don't have far to go. And Senegal is on 3 points. Senegal versus Ecuador is the match, family. I mean, how you say this one? This is on Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Ecuador lost. But sure, Ecuador wonder how them they wish for them there right now. I see Senegal beating the brakes off of Ecuador. No go home, Ecuador. Africa unite. Africa side will carry.
Actually, I think Ecuador is gonna win this.
No chance.
I think there's something about. I mean, yeah, it's important to keep, Ener Valencia healthy because he will score the goals. But Moses Caicedo in that midfield has been outstanding. Gonzalo Plata has been bubbling on the edge. The boy Estepina has been good for them. I mean, there and Estrada will put. The thing is that Chelsea goalie, Mendy, is almost like an error waiting to happen. And for your brother who play Champions League, big ball game, I just don't understand it. I see Ecuador winning this game because Ecuador will be pushing on the buttons. They'll be testy. They'll be annoying, and they will find a way to win the game.
We'll see.
And in fact, they don't even need to win the game. They just need a draw.
And I am telling you right now that Senegal is going to beat the brakes off of Ecuador. I tell you that right now.
And you know why I am concerned about Senegal is just the simple fact that Ismail Sarr, a lot is expected of him, but you can see the talent. The kid is raw, he's ready, but he needs somebody there to kind of offload some of this pressure.
Benton, Senegal is going to beat the brakes off of Ecuador.
All right. So they play on. We'll check the schedule again and give you update on when these teams play. Ecuador versus Senegal Tuesday the 29th at 10 a.m. and Netherlands versus Qatar at 10 a.m. No one really care about that game. Junior, we can't go home without discussing the big side. Brazil. Neymar's uncle. I saw Jason Frame or someone posted earlier them just drink them Brazilian water or whatever. But Brazil looks really good. Is that an aberration, family? Is this Brazil?
It's just one game.
It's just one game.
And we've seen teams look really good in the first game, and then the second game they come out and wet the bed, right? But to me, in my opinion, what makes Brazil so deadly is the fact that it have nothing to do with the attackers. What made Brazil, I'm going to say it all the time, every Brazilian teams that win the World Cup, that has won the World Cup, their strength has always been in the holding midfield. Because we know the samba football, we know the this and that and blah, blah, blah. But when you look at the middle of the field, you have a Gilberto Silva, you have a Dunga. Right now, them have the real Casemiro and Paqueta, whatever I want name.
Paqueta was outstanding in that game against Serbia.
And them complement each other well. right? Them give the front five a license to do whatever them want to do. Or the front four. You do whatever they want to do because nothing now pass way. Brazil don't even need to have an overlapping wing back to be effective. Think about that. They don't need to have an overlapping wing back to be dangerous. That means that Brazil can...
Alexandro, Sancho and Danilo didn't push much.
They don't push. And so we can defend we can lock off the wings. And me have two players in the midfield that can alternate and destroy anything coming across. And me can tell the four-man up front. Vinicius Jr. If we think Mbappe fast like grease lightning, Vinicius Jr. they're right behind him. If fast, right? Richardson just love play football. It's one brother where you can look on, and he's not the most skillful. He is not the most flashiest footballer. But if just a youth who just love play football. And then you have my boy on the right wing. Anybody you want to put on the right wing. Because to me, something there, what name? He never have a good game. Rafinha never have a good game. Rafinha could have scored a hat-trick. Yeah, but you can't put Rodrigo over there. You can't put Martinelli over there. You have so many players that them can throw on and beat you with 4 players. So Brazil, yeah, them look good. It's only the first game. We're going to see tomorrow.
Yeah, Brazil plays tomorrow at 11 a.m. They take on Switzerland. The other game in Group G, Cameroon plays Serbia. Junior, you know, the health of this ankle, we spoke about it briefly at the top of the show, but I mean, you really don't need this. You don't stress the fancy baller, aka Neymar ankle right now.
Don't stress him.
Just rest him.
It's a hard. Prime Minister said Brazil's strength is in depth. Brazil's strength in depth is their X factor. I don't think so. I think Brazil's strength is their depth, right? But their X factor is Neymar. I don't think Brazil have a proven baller yet that can come off and say, I am going to take the game by the scruff at the shirt and win this by myself. They only have one player who can do that, which is Neymar, right? So if Neymar is healthy and then playing against France and Mbappe is going off, Neymar has the ability to match Mbappe. Brazil is deep though, but they're still unproven. I think Casemiro Paqueta is the key though.
I mean, and I mean, imagine you have Bruno Guimaraes.
But yeah, can't get no game.
He cannot get no game. I mean, he's just sitting there waiting, and then of course you have your baller Fred just sitting there.
I better come call him now.
Switzerland, Cameroon. You know, we saw Serbia, and Serbia looked good. Of course, you have Vlahovic, Mitrovic, and Kostic and the likes representing Serbia. Switzerland and Cameroon, I mean, your thoughts on these two teams? Switzerland defeated Cameroon in that first game. I mean, your thoughts on those two teams? Or is up to Serbia now to win the other 2 games to get out of this group?
It's up to Serbia for win the other 2 games to get out of the group. Serbia should go through. And it's weird with them being at the bottom right now. I think Switzerland is fool's goal. I think Cameroon will have something to say though. I really think Cameroon will have something to say.
Prime Minister said, disagree, Junior. This Brazil team not dependent on Neymar the way Argentina is dependent on Messi. I think I agree with Prime Minister on that one. I mean, in fact, I think you said it recently that if you notice how the ball rolled so quickly when Neymar was off the field. No, granted, against Serbia, that might be fine. But when you go against other animals, the big dogs, you might need a Neymar. I don't know.
We don't know. All right. Champions League aside, and I think Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. benefits from having a Luka Modric around him, right?
Yeah.
When the lights...
who? And Karim Benzema.
And Benzema, yeah.
Yes.
But when the lights get bright,
Yeah.
can Vinicius Jr. do it by himself? Can Rodrigo do it I think Neymar can do it by himself.
Okay.
I know Richarlison can do it by himself. When the lights get bright, and I think that is where Neymar's advantage is. I think that is why Brazil did get 7-1 from Germany, because Neymar broke him back. And that was a big Brazil side. They never have a threat for worry about. So that side should have never lose to Germany 7-1. But as soon as Cuadrado broke Neymar back, them spirit broke. I think Neymar can play tomorrow if he really wanted to. But Tite and company said, no, we have bigger fish to fry. You're not play for a second. We know we can beat Switzerland and Cameroon without your Neymar. Yeah. Take a break.
I thought Marquinhos was good, was excellent for them in that game. I mean, and he made Thiago Silva's job a lot easier. So yes. we just watch the ride. Big side though. Big side. Absolutely big side. BM said Neymar is more of a distraction for Brazil. I actually think the team plays better without him. Remember, they won a Copa America and he didn't play. Yeah, I mean, I think when you want to play against the big dogs, still you need that baller, that general, to willing to take people on. He has been doing quite well with PSG this year. Very good at PSG this year. And if that Neymar shows up at this World Cup, which we expected to, then it's a different thing, because he's been very much being the distributor for PSG. I think he has some ridiculous number of assists for PSG this year. So, looking at Group H, we have seen all the teams now, brother. This is probably the worst group.
No, this is the best group.
Uruguay, boring. Yo, this side.
Remember, I said before the World Cup started that group of death you normally have the World Cup winners are World Cup competitors. This is a group of parity.
Yeah, you said this is a group of parity.
And it is proven to be so. That's why Uruguay looks so boring against Korea, because all of these teams are even. You hear what Ghana coach come out and say? Them gifted Ronaldo that penalty. So Ghana come out after losing to Portugal and still feel like they were in the game. This is a group we can go anywhere. Now, I feel Portugal going to win, not because I'm a Ronaldo fan. I feel Portugal is going to come out of this group. And I feel Portugal can lift the World Cup title. I really feel like they can. Yo, you see the boy with him, João Felix? It's something about Portugal. And them have Leo, whatever I want him, come off of the bench.
Yeah, Rafael Leao.
He should be starting over Ronaldo, in my opinion. And when them finally make that decision, I think Portugal is going to be better. And I expect Rafael Leao to be starting in the second round. And I think Portugal can win the World Cup. I really do think Portugal can win the World Cup.
They definitely have the talent. Portugal, 8 in Group H, 8 a.m. Action tomorrow for Group H, South Korea versus Ghana, and Portugal versus Uruguay at 2 p.m. I don't know. Mohamed Mohamed Kudus of Ghana was impressive in that game against Portugal. Right. Impressive. I am not convinced that this is the best version of Uruguay. I think Coach Diego Alonso is going to have to just bench Luis Suarez and move on. But I hope Ghana can figure something out, because they have some talented players. They absolutely have some talented players.
They will. I think they're coming out of the group. I think they're beating Korea and Uruguay.
I don't know how this group going to shake out, family. I tend to agree with you regarding the parity side of things. The decision to bench a Ronaldo is not trivial. I mean, I don't see that coach doing that. I think Rafael Leao is a baller and needs to get more minutes on the field, but I don't see Ronaldo sitting down. I don't see Ronaldo. Portugal has the depth. They have the depth. I mean, Ruben Neves in the midfield and Carvalho in midfield, and of course you have the man from Man City, Mr. Bernardo Silva. So
I was about to mention his name. Bernardo. Bernardo Silva, Modric are two players that come to mind that are playing true to form with what we've seen in the first half of the season, right? The club season. Because Bernardo Silva is everywhere for Portugal. And Bruno seemed to figure out his space in the field for Portugal. And I'm going to say it again. That boy, João Felix, especially with all of the uncertainty surrounding his career right now at Atletico Madrid, I just feel like that brother have something to prove. Remember me said, two sides, Portugal and England, I think, can win the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, they have to get it right. So, we can wrap up and go my way out. I mean, it's been a very, very good week so far. Just a reminder, our listeners, tomorrow's games are Cameroon versus Serbia at 5 a.m. I don't think none of we get up to watch a match at 5 a.m. Brazil versus Switzerland at 11 a.m. Those are the Group G games. And Group H games. South Korea versus Ghana, 8 a.m. Portugal versus Uruguay at 2 p.m. family. I mean, I need some sleep because the 5 o'clock morning thing, get up every day, watch ball game, I beat with.
I beat me too. But we have a question though, Benton, and to everybody out there listening. Okay, you know, we did watch-alongs all Jamaica game. And we're kicking around doing a watch-along. We're not doing a watch-along for the first round. But we know how annoying the FS1 and the Fox commentary is. We can do a watch-along and the item just sit down and we just watch football together, you know. And we just mute the commentary and we just chat football. I will pick a second round game. So if we don't want to do a watch-along, we'll pick a game. We know if France play against Germany, we definitely might do a watch along for that. I might have to take some PTO hours of work. So, make we do. If we have
to do some watch along. I'm tired of sit down and listen to every minute me get advertisement about and USA players and the Spanish channel are stick. I think there's a deliberate attempt to disrupt the Spanish feed because Telemundo feed just stops stick, you know? So, final comments, family, regarding the first week. I mean, I know we're running on E. We watch a lot of football games, but big takeaways from this tournament so far. Has it lived up to what you expected? Is this really a reflection of the World Cup, the best teams competing for the biggest title?
It has surpassed my expectation, which is sad because then the Qatar people and fight for peace and for the people and what try to build a stadium and dead. All of that now gone to the wayside with no turn to football. From a football perspective, I could not have expected a better World Cup. It's very unpredictable and it makes the games more enjoyable.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been an absolute joy. You really see some ballers who just really strutting, you know, and doing their business. And you know, France, Brazil, the two best teams I've seen. And then you have Croatia. You have what is it? Spain. I mean, you have some other teams out there that's looking to push up above it. So. We will see. Just a reminder, our listeners, for the games tomorrow, 5 a.m. Cameroon versus Serbia, South Korea versus Ghana, 9 a.m. Brazil versus Switzerland at 11 a.m. and Portugal versus Uruguay at 2 p.m. So Uruguay needs a victory. They need something to kickstart the tournament. They need a victory. Judy, I ate that in a family. I ate that.
World Cup nice, football nice. People, I will all asleep and get ready for 5 o'clock game when we summon that watch.
All right, bless up on yourselves. Go on the road, family.
Later.